Hi family, I hope you are well. We'll see you again for a new video on your Barca Spotlight channel. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed and to everyone who is subscribing to our channel. We debrief the match of the 34th day of the Liga which pitted Real Valladolid against FC Barcelona. Barca's difficult comeback in Valladolid brings them closer to the title. Raphinha and Fermín solved a second-half problem and Flick's team, which fielded an unrecognizable starting 11, is assured of going into the Clásico at Montjuic with at least a 4-point lead. Valladolid is a strange land for Barca. It was there that Johan Cruyff invented the short-lived Lucendo in the dismal first match of the 1989-90 league, which ended 2-0. At Zorrilla, Tata Martino began to lose the title in the 2013-14 season with a 1-0 loss, and at Pucela, with La Liga already won, Xavi Hernandez's Barca lost 3-1 in the 2022-23 season with an own goal from Christensen against a Ter Stegen who insisted on starting in place of Iñaki Peña to try to break a clean sheet record he didn't even know existed just days before. Curiously, in both of these seasons, 2013-14 and 2022-23, Valladolid was relegated, as was the case in 2024-25, when Hansi Flick's team made things difficult for themselves in the league, losing 1-0 at halftime. But this time, the story had a happy ending thanks to second-half goals from Raphinha and Fermín. In a difficult period, but with 4 match days remaining and the Clásico at Montjuic fast approaching on Sunday the 11th at 4:15 p.m., Barca took at least a 4-point lead over Real Madrid, who hosts Celta this Sunday at 2 p.m. The worst part was the injuries to Dani Rodriguez and Gavi. Hansi Flick hadn't lied the day before. Despite the championship being played, he announced numerous rotations ahead of the second leg of the Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan on Tuesday at 9 p.m. And he kept his word, even going against the intuition of the most daring. It was also a bit complicated to watch what happened in the first half. Only Gerard Martin and Pedri remained in the starting 11 from last Wednesday's European first leg against the Italian team at Montjuic, which ended 3-3. Among the most notable developments, Ter Stegen returned in goal 222 days after his injury. Christensen started in central defense for the first time this season, which has been marked by setbacks, and Basque reserve winger Dani Rodriguez made his first team debut at the age of 19 in a campaign also complicated by muscle problems. The attack, with Astigarraga from Gipuzkoa, Ansu Fati, and Pau Victor, was the least recognizable line. Flick took risks, forced to do so because the fitness warning light had come on for several players like Lamine Yamal, Ferran, Raphinha, and Dani Olmo, with Koundé, Lewandowski, Bald, Casado, Marc Bernal, and Pablo Torre on the sidelines. The German coach also called for maximum concentration from the first minute, but it wasn't easy with such an uncoordinated team. In the 6th minute, after 2 consecutive corners in Valladolid's favor that Barca failed to clear, Ivan Sanchez's left-footed shot hit Araujo and curled past a surprised Ter Stegen, who had also not been in great form in a previous outing. Despite the 1-0 score, Valladolid's fans were more inclined to demand Ronaldo's departure from the club than to cheer on their players. And in this strange environment, Raúl Moro found himself alone against Ter Stegen, who this time covered every gap and prevented the goal. Barca, highly predictable, only showed signs of life in the first 20 minutes through Pau Victor, first with a weak bicycle kick, and then with a good header that Andre Ferreira deflected for a corner. And the Portuguese goalkeeper, much criticized at Pucela, flew in the 30th minute to prevent a tie with a poisoned shot from Ansu Fati. The match wasn't going to bring much joy to Barca, especially after Dani Rodriguez's shoulder injury in the 35th minute. He had shown great confidence, even if without success in crossing or shooting. And Lamine Yamal, who received a huge amount of applause at Zorrilla, was forced to come on almost without warming up in the 37th minute. The situation didn't change much either, and the score remained 1-0 at halftime. In the second half, Flick brought on Raphinha and De Jong in place of Ansu and Pedri, who were looking to make a comeback, and the Brazilian quickly tested Andre Ferreira with a free kick. He was eager to clean up the mess, and in the 56th minute, he was ready to capitalize on a somewhat confused clearance from the home goalkeeper to score into an empty net with his right foot. The cross came from Lamine, and the header that caught the Portuguese player off guard came from Araujo. It was finally 1-1. The draw encouraged Barca, who gained fluidity in their play and, thanks to a quick combination, secured the 1-2. Gerard Martin's now typical assist low, and in the middle of the box was connected by FERMIN with his first touch with his left foot. Unstoppable. Barca needed the final whistle to breathe a sigh of relief, and Hector Fort almost got it following a brilliant cross from Lamine with a shot that hit the post. Forgiveness can be costly, and a mistake from Araujo allowed Chucky to leave Latasa alone with Ter Stegen, who reflexively deflected his shot wide in the 74th minute. And since nothing comes easy at Barca, Gavi asked to be substituted in the 79th minute due to a muscle injury shortly before Candela cleared a Lamine shot off the line. The game entered its final stretch with another save from Andre from a Dani Olmo free kick and some magical moments from Lamine Yamal, but the scoreline was still as agonizing as ever for what was at stake. Fortunately, some late corrections from Araujo and a good start to the game avoided any further scares, and Barca were able to claim the victory. Barca's comeback was swift, and the goals that overcame Valladolid's opening goal in the 6th minute came in the second half. Hansi Flick brought on Raphinha after the break, and the Brazilian made no mistake. He was the key to Barca's comeback, equalizing. After a fine cross from Lamine Yamal, who was replacing Dani Rodriguez, who was out with a shoulder injury, in the 37th minute, Raphinha picked up Ferreira's rebound on the edge of the box and after controlling it, shot with his right foot past the Valladolid goalkeeper to level the score. This is the Brazilian star's 31st goal, and he also has 22 assists this season. In La Liga, Raphinha has scored 17 goals in 32 matches. Without a doubt, Barca's number 11 continues to confirm his central role in the team's exceptional performances this season. FERMIN joined the Blaugrana's comeback by scoring the 1-2 to complete the long-awaited comeback for a Barca team seeking to win the La Liga title. In the 60th minute of the match, FERMIN finished off a superb cross from Gerard Martin's left side with his first shot. This is the Andalusian footballer's 4th goal this season in the league after 24 appearances. He has also provided 4 assists. In total, FERMIN has appeared in 41 competitive matches, scoring 6 goals and providing 9 assists during the season. Here's the state of La Liga after Barca's victory at Valladolid. The Catalans are 7 points behind Real Madrid, who host Celta Vigo at the Santiago Bernabéu this Sunday, after their 2-1 victory at Zorrilla. With this victory, Barca sleeps 7 points behind Real Madrid, waiting to see what Carlo Ancelotti's team will do this Sunday against Celta at the Santiago Bernabéu at 9 p.m. Thank you for watching the video until the end. Thanks also to those who will take 2 seconds to like the video. Tell me what you think of the situation in the comment. Give us your opinions in the comment space. Share the video if you haven't already. Thanks again, good luck, and see you soon for a new video.